Getting hit now by a storm, guys. Get in the house. Get in the house, Cat. Coming down now. Don't want to go further up. Coming down sideways, coming down right at us. The hell? Glad I wasn't walking when this came through. Wow. All right, guys. Off on the morning walk.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I'm already angry. Yeah, my Yankees have won 2 games in a row, so I can't be angry about that. Just the heart of the team. They have no heart. Not like the Yankees of old, where they would fight for every win, and everybody would be scared going into Yankee Stadium. That's for sure. Morning. Everyone would be scared having to play in Yankee Stadium. No longer the case. Everybody's happy about going to Yankee Stadium and playing them, because they have no fight in them, guys. This series this entire year against the Red Sox have shown that. So they better get something together especially before next week, when they have to play Houston, and then turn around and play the Blue Jays after that. It'll be a tough week next week. And they have to go to Houston. So we'll see what comes of that. See if this team does have heart and the willingness to win. But my buddy Jim is at it again. If you saw that's Jim from Asian Adventures with Jim. He still needs to change that to Philippine Adventures, because he hasn't been anywhere else to Asia besides an airport. And speaking of his videos, hope you watched today's video where, this is today, so I'll probably post this tomorrow. But yeah, Jim. Hey guys. Try to make sense of what Jim's trying to tell us today. Because it doesn't pass the common sense test. Not one bit. Let me get past the dogs here before I say anything. All right, I appear to have the all clear. But yeah, Jimbo this morning, and his comments after the video, tell the whole story. But he tries to tell us that after 20-some months of being locked out of the Philippines, and when he was coming back here to retire, when he initially came back here after the pandemic, when they opened that country, where he stayed for 15 months. And this is an interesting sight up ahead of us. Jimbo is trying to tell us that his connecting flight from the Detroit airport was left early, and he missed a flight. Hey, good morning.
Hey,
That's pretty funny. Yeah, he missed the flight because he was drinking at the airport, talking to a veterinarian about pig supplements. Okay, he missed the flight. I don't know, how can you miss a flight, and how does a flight leave early? And then someone commented, you know, that, well, Jim, you would have had to check your bags, and the bags that flight would not have left with your bags on the plane if you were not on the airplane, which is a pretty sensible thing. Then Jim comes back at him and says, well, he didn't take any bags. Now get this, guys. Jim is leaving for retirement in the Philippines, and he doesn't take any bags because all his clothes are already in the Philippines. Okay. Not taking any gifts for your 4 stepchildren? Not taking any gifts for your loving wife? Everything is in your carry-on? Come on. Who's going to believe that after being locked out of the Philippines for 2 years and finally being able to go to the Philippines for your retirement, that you're not taking any checked baggage of stuff that you want, your human growth hormones, all your other creatine powder and everything else. You're not taking any of that. Come on, Jim. We weren't born, well, we might have been born at night, but not last night. So just a made-up story by Jim. He claims, well, you can't hear anything over the PA, and I'm drinking in the bar. La la la, and they sent me emails, sent me text, but I didn't get any of them. La 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 la. Come on, Jim, we ain't buying it. You might have thought we would initially buy it because you are not smarter than a 5th grader, apparently. You thought we would buy that nonsense. Nah, not buying it, Jim. Not this time, buddy. Calling you out for it. Calling you out for it. I think myself and a lot of the other subscribers, and I am a subscriber, Jim, because you give me such great content. I can't thank you enough for that. But man, we can't buy these stories anymore, Jim. We got to call you out on them. Because it's just too much now, Jim. You're expecting us to believe too much of the insane lies. And if you really want to get back with the wife in good graces, take your videos down that you trashed her. Quit telling us you've been sober for 8 months and putting up shorts from the bar, being drunk off your ass. That's all we're asking, Jim. Tell us the truth. Because the lies are just adding up. Just adding up. But you keep giving us great material. Especially the 4 DUIs. The breaking of the laptop. The TV. All this great material you're providing us. It's a constant source of entertainment. But yeah, guys, it's not his fault. He's the victim. He's the victim to airports now. Airport bars. He blames the airport bars for almost missing his flight after 20 some months being being stuck in the US, not being able to travel to the Philippines. You're going to check in for your flight, not have any checked baggage. Traveling there for the rest of your retirement, supposedly. Get past the dog. Remember, guys, if you see yourself in this video, you want to remove, contact me at my email address and I will remove it or blur it, whichever you prefer. Hey, morning. A lot of rain last night, as you can tell. For all my haters. Huh? Sorry, couldn't hear. Not sure if he was talking to me or not. Just get past my famous puddles here. Those that watch my channel and love the potholes and the puddles. Somebody's already stealing the corn. Good morning. How are we today? Good?
Yes.
Good. Glad to hear it. Like I said, Jim is just a source of entertainment, guys. You never know what he's going to say next. But he expects us to believe his lies. But yeah, he failed. He failed on retirement. He failed on physical altercations. I mean, he's admitted 4 DUIs. Like I said, every day he releases a video, it's a new victimhood. The bars are the fault. The airport bars. They're the reason. Like, when was the last time? I can't even remember. The last time that I drank, I even had one drink in an airport bar. Or even on an airline when it's free. On an international flight. It's probably been 10, 15 years. Probably when me and my wife were traveling to the PI. Because I always had to drive on the other end. Except when I traveled to the Philippines. But no matter where I went, other countries, other places, yeah, we'd always have a rental car or something, or our own vehicles. So couldn't drink during the flights. It doesn't stop Jim though. He gets to the airport, and that smell of alcohol wafting through the economy section. The economy seats before boarding the plane. He's got to be drawn to that bar where the flight's going to leave an hour early. Good for him, and a lot of people. And I'm expecting soon that we'll see footage of Jim in one of those airline police dramas where the pilot or the stewardess will not let him on the plane because he's in a drunken state. Where's those videos at, Jim? Do you have some of those lurking out there somewhere? Because I'd love to see them on YouTube. Because you are, or drunk in a bar, one of those videos in Key West or something, where they're calling the police on you in a bar because you're starting a fight. And who does that? Well, these people with 4 DUIs. These people that are addicted. Morning. People that are addicted to the bars in the airports. Yeah, those are the guys that you're always seeing removed from airplanes and stuff. But in this case, Jim couldn't even get on an airplane. He missed the flight. And if I heard right, he was arrived at the airport 4 hours before his original flight. So he must have been at the bar for at least 2 hours talking to this veterinarian. Morning. Talking to this veterinarian, which I'm sure he's buying drinks for, because Jim's a nice guy. And they're probably going back and forth buying drinks for one another. Man, can you imagine that bar bill? Morning. That bar bill must have been expensive. I honestly didn't think there was any more to cover to your story. But you just keep providing it, man. Morning. Well, one last thought. This wasn't even a 7-minute video today, guys. And he's already provided me with 15 to 20 minutes of entertainment value. 15 minutes of content from a 6-minute video. Imagine his 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos. How much content I can have from that. Yeah, I wasn't going to come this way. I was going to stay on the main road. After all that rain last night, but like I said, yeah, check it out anyway. And the road's not too bad since they put all these rocks down. So watching Asia Now, Alex there, and it was Alex, just as I had suspected in one of my last videos. His main story today was about 3 kidnappers being arrested in the Philippines. Morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, three Filipino locals were arrested with guns in the Pampanga area, in the Angeles area, after an attempted kidnapping. I think he said attempted, or it may have been an actual abduction of some Koreans in the Angeles area, probably Koreatown. But then it made me think, how come our friends at Philippine Antics aren't covering that? They did 40 plus hours of Elliot Eastman being kidnapped here in Mindanao. 40 plus hours of live stream about Elliot Eastman with no facts, just conjecture and opinions and all that stuff. 40 hours they were milking the community, the expat community, and the people in the U.S. planning to come over here, or whoever watches their live streams. 40 plus hours, but not 1 minute on kidnappings that happen in their own area, right in their own backyard. Can you say hypocrites? Is it because they were abducting Koreans? Or planned to abduct Koreans? What if it was an expat they kidnapped? Would you be covering that? Or would you be running and hiding because it didn't happen in the red zone here in Mindanao? Because if you would look, there are predominantly, probably 5 to 1, if not greater odds of being kidnapped in Manila, Angeles, than there are about people being kidnapped down here in the red zone in the last 10 years. Probably 10 to 1. 10 to 1 from the statistics that I was able to look at. And murders, shootings of Japanese nationals, Korean nationals, that's all happening in Manila and Angeles. It's not happening here in the red zone, but they don't cover any of that either. But if one person stumbles and breaks their ankle here in the red zone, man, it's going to be a 10-hour live stream. Hypocrisy, guys. Absolute hypocrisy. What, buddy? Hey, break out the stick again, guys. Eyes in the back of my head. Morning. Don't usually have trouble with these dogs, but just don't like them behind me. This one I'm not too afraid of. Not too afraid of that one. But I'll keep the selfie stick expanded right now until I get past them. Just in case. Maybe I need to change my channel name to Just In Case. I am always keeping my head on a swivel here in the red zone, Mindanao. Especially about the dogs. Every YouTuber either has or doesn't have problems with the relatives. Probably 70% of them do have, because that's drama and YouTube material. Just look at the guy who grew his channel up in Dipolog, who's come up with those unverifiable stories about the expat being in jail for 3 years. Being in jail for 3 years for threatening the ex-girlfriend and such like that, which can't be proven. No names given, nothing being verified. Even Brent Strippin had to put a video out on it the other day. Unverified rumors, undocumented, not a single article. Morning. Not a single article or any proof that this ever occurred. Not one name given, even after being called out by Antics several times. Did Stephen ever verify that any of it was true? He never showed proof, although it was a great friend of his, someone that he's visited in the jail several times over the last 3 years, but no proof given. Now the guy's been deported or whatever. Okay. Where's the proof? Show us one shred of evidence that backs up that story besides you. And then his story is about his own relatives. And then his story is about Eastman that drove his channel and created so many, probably a 300% growth in subs since he was covering the Eastman story, because he was in Mindanao. How many times did you cover it, Jack? I can count the time on one finger. None. Only time I covered it when I was responding to Antics coverage of it, saying don't come to the red zone, don't move to Mindanao, don't do this, don't do that. Yet they're not saying it about the kidnappings in Angeles City or the shootings or the killings. They're not discussing any of that because it's not happening to white expats. Is that the reason? It's only happening to Koreans. In Japanese? Is that the reason? But 40 hours of live stream. Don't come to Mindanao. Don't live here. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, guys, head on a swivel. I'm just getting through this little problem here, guys, and that dam is still there, holding up all the water from getting through. Take a look, make sure it is. See if it is coming through. Nope, not coming through. It's just standing still. That dirt mound is working. Oh, eggplant. It's all eggplant. How much eggplant can they sell? It's all eggplant, guys. Wow. How have I been past here 20 times in the last month and not even realized that? Whoa, that was a big lizard just across the road, or gecko, whatever you call it. About 8 inches long. Morning. All right. Another day walk finishes. Shh. 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 Yip, yip, yip. Morning. Blackie, where were you this morning? Where were you? My security detail didn't even follow me. Look at that, guys. Got my water all set out for me.
Honey, that's not your glass.
What?
That's your glass.
Not my glass.
That's your glass.
Well, whose glass is it? Hello. How are you? Good? Hi.
Say hi. Say hi.
You got an older brother? Older sister?
That's the first one.
Oh, that's the first one. Congratulations.
Yes.
Here, save that for when you get older. Save it for when you're old enough.
No, with adult supervision. She can lick it. Huh?
Lucky. There you go, guys. Just a plea. Always get the dogs over here, the puppies over here. All I gotta do is say sit. They think that's the key word for treats. Sit, 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 sit. Down, down. No jumping. No jumping. Down. Sit. Sit. 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Where's the rest? Where's the rest of you? Uh-oh. Kitten's getting angry. You're making the kitten angry. So just during my cool down here, just one last plea to the New York Yankees, guys. Sell the organization, get it out of Hal Steinbrenner's hands. Fire Aaron Boone. Get a manager in there that is more attuned to winning than he is for player friendship. Aaron Boone just wants to be the player's friend. Doesn't want to manage the team. Damn sure can't control the situation. Can't control the bullpen. I don't know how many times this year alone they've gone into the 9th or gone into the 8th with a 1-run lead, and then he makes some stupid blunder with the bullpen. No heart in this team, guys. So Hal, sell the team to somebody that wants to win. Somebody that's dedicated to win. Somebody that make the decisions to win. I disagreed with another podcaster this morning about the Yankees, where he's saying, no team should be looking for a world championship every year. Well, guy, 16 years, I think that's long enough for the Yankees. I do believe they shouldn't go every 15 years or more without a world championship. This is the Yankees we're talking about. The most successful team in baseball history. So yeah, they should be looking at least to the World Series every year. And they've only had one since 2009. One World Series chance since 2009. But he's right on everything else. They need heart. They need better leadership. They need better captains. And so, yes, Aaron Judge, as soon as they knock on you, you're the greatest player in baseball. Man, you're just not a leader. Well, that'll wrap it up for today, folks. It's Jack, and I'm signing off, and thanks for watching. Take care.